Good morning. Today I'm going to be finishing the tutorial for Disgaea 1. Though first I should probably check my status. Don't need to heal up, okay. Please select where you would like to go. Tutorial. Battle Basics 2. More stray demons. How annoying. I wish I could just toss them. Well, why don't you? You can? Tutorial. Lifting and throwing. For our ignorant prince, let me explain the lift and throw commands. In instances like this, where you're too far for your own attacks to reach, pick up a character by selecting Lift. Hey, stop it now. Then select Throw. You'll have to decide on a direction and distance too. I'll throw you next to the enemy. Oof! See? That covered a lot of ground. Now you're able to attack. You can use Lift and Throw on both allies and enemies. Keep in mind that only humanoid characters can use Lift and Throw. Monsters can't do it. By making good use of these commands, you can extend your attack range. This is very important in moving around on some maps, so don't forget it. There are other uses for the commands besides covering ground, like holding an enemy so he/she can't move, saving injured allies from danger, etc. By the way, Prinnies will explode when they're thrown, so handle them with care. Dude, you gotta be kidding! And if you throw an enemy at an enemy, there may be other fun uses waiting to be discovered. Try experimenting. That's it. I'm gonna throw you next time. Oh, and one more thing. A character will take damage if the turn ends and he or she is still holding someone. I think that damage thing gets resolved in the third game. It might be the second game and I'm not aware of it. Anyways, that doesn't matter. None of that information mattered. Because of a little thing known as ranged attacks. But for this point, it's important to use it. I mean, I could just stand still. Also, I'm going to be changing around the voices to see if something sticks correctly or at all. Do 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 do. Oops, excuse me. I'm still drinking my morning coffee. Anyways, how's my voice acting? I can't tell until I go through the actual video again. I'm also going to be going through the entire tutorial until I finish it. I also switched computers from my laptop to my main computer. So if there's any differences, I both am thankful or apologetic about it. It depends, really. It also doesn't help that some of the problems are because of the game the console I'm playing on is the PlayStation 3. This is the digital version of Disgaea 1, where the it was before it was taking off the Play Store, I think. I'm pretty sure it was taken off of there at one point. I may be rambling, but it's still important information. Another thing I'm going to ramble about. I'm not going to be doing an extensive thing with the item world. If you don't know what that is, it's the it's like a randomly generated dungeon kind of thing that improves your items when cleared, as you're technically going through the item itself. Geo Effect. Let's go heal first. Or at least check to see if I need to heal first. Eat, sleep, and do anything I want all day. It's so good to be a demon. Yeah. The hospital heals you. I didn't mention that in the last episode. I'm sorry. If this is the first episode you've seen, I do apologize, because I posted the first episode on Halloween, which probably had a lot of traffic since, it's Halloween. Anyways, Geo Effects. Geo panels. Interesting. There are geographical features that are attuned to the elements of the universe. Crystallization of these elements results in geo symbols, like that one right there. Well, that doesn't explain anything, so let me clarify a few things. Tutorial. Geo Effects. Let me try explaining Geo Effects, a system which will heavily influence battle. Take a good look at the colored panels on the area floor map. Notice that the enemy boost plus 50 is displayed at the top of the screen. This means that when an enemy is on a blue panel, his/her attack and defense would be powered up by 50%. This is not good for you, so it's wise to get rid of these effects. You might be wondering, where does it come from in the first place? Why, looky here. I just found an object labeled Enemy Boost on this blue panel. This guy's the culprit. How obvious. How obvious was that? This object is called a Geo symbol, and as long as it's on a colored panel, all panels of the same color will be affected. Let's toss it somewhere. Boom. The effect enemy boost is no longer on the blue panels, but... Huh? The Geo symbol is now affecting the red panels? That doesn't change much. Let's just destroy it then. Oh, before we do that, do you see 2 blue displayed in the Geo symbol status window? Remember that. Now it's time to attack. Go ahead, Prince. Ow. Huh? The red panels are now blue? Remember the to blue in the status window? This is what it was referring to. Destroying a blue Geo symbol will turn all the panels, which are the same color as the one it was on, blue. Damage will be dealt to anyone standing on one of these panels at the time, so be sure to take that into consideration. No damage will be dealt if you destroy a blue Geo symbol on a blue panel. No panels will change color either. You can build up your bonus gauge by changing the color of Geo panels. If you are able to use what you've learned to destroy all the Geo panels, then you will receive a panel termination bonus. All of this relates to a term I used before, Geo Effects. That's pretty complicated. You're right, it is. It might be a good idea to start off by destroying only the harmful Geo symbols. Nullifying all the panels is for experts who understand the concept of Geo Effects completely. And you're not one of them. What'd you say? Not all Geo symbols have negative effects. When you get the chance, you should try and take advantage of the useful ones. Lastly, press the select button to turn the Geo panel's display on /off. There's also things later down the line where if you have an ability tied to a certain color of the panels, you get a stat boost to the character. But that's not in this game. In this game, it's like a standard ability thing, and it's not really touched upon until, like, I think the third game, where they're labeled as evilities. There's also a button you can press to make it go faster, although that might be in other games. Or that might be this game, and I just can't recall which button it's supposed to be. Anyways, when you start off the actual series of Disgaea, the first game is by far the slowest, and then it starts getting kind of faster with each iteration. I'm starting to get a hang of these things again. Okay. Are you ready to request some allies at the Dark Assembly? There you get to create characters who will become your loyal pupils. Loyal pupils. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Alright, let's go. Tutorial. The Dark Assembly. Welcome to the Dark Assembly. Here you can create characters as well as submit proposals. In order to submit proposals, you have to have enough energy known as mana. You can gain mana by defeating enemies. If you want, you can use the mana you have right now to make a new character. A cleric might be useful for healing, while a warrior or brawler might come in handy when attacking. If Prince Laharo makes the characters, they will become his loyal pupils. Manage your growth carefully. Alright, let's go heal. And now save. Wait, no. I shouldn't be saving. Whoops. Yeah, well. Say hello to the character I normally use nowadays. Berg. It's a character. It's an OC I made for my for lack of a better word, offshoot game I was gonna do for Disgaea. But then Disgaea 6 was announced, so I don't want to do it anymore. Well, technically I could still do it, but it'd be kinda not good if I did. It was for a game that I'm going to refer to as Project Soul Shift. If you don't know what that is, that's fine, because it's mostly on my DeviantArt thing. And I'm gonna save anyways, because I'm pretty sure I already messed that up. Oh well, status to Berg. Berg's got nothing on his name. In his name. For his name? I don't care. To his name, that's the right word. What was this again? This is the items. You can buy armor and healing stuff and stealing stuff. To clarify, it's stuff that helps you steal things. And I think now it might be a good time to go over the weapon stuff. The weapon mastery is one of the big things of the Disgaea series. In the first, and I do believe the second game, it goes up to like 9,999 for each weaponry mastery class. Or at the very least 1,000. And then for 3 and 4, they just have it as a forte thing, where it's just the best weapon the character has. And then 5, they brought back the weapon mastery, but it only goes to 100. Anyways, each weapon has a different proficiency. Fists is basically bare knuckle fighting, except as a weapon instead of just not using anything. Swords are swords. Lances are lances. His swords are like regular attacks, just slightly stronger. Lances are also like regular attacks, but they also have a slight bit of range to them. Bows are long ranged, and I do believe in this game it's everywhere. Guns are basically the same idea as bows, except I think it uses different stats. But aside from that, they're basically the same thing in this game. And in all subsequent games, guns can only go in one direction. In 1 and 4 directions. I mean, the axe is like a heavier sword. And I'm pretty sure in this game it lowers your accuracy. Not entirely sure. And staves are for magic and magic alone. Even though you can use magic without the staffs. Now the letters are how proficient you are in the actual mastery. E's, I believe, are the worst, because I don't think I've ever seen an F. F. A is, well, E, F. No, not F. A, B. No, S, A, B, C, D, E. E is the lowest. D is the second lowest. C is the third lowest. B is the second best. A is the best. And S is the superb. The best of the best. Oh, there's also elemental resistances and weaknesses. I'm pretty sure with how this is laid out, I am resistant to fire by 50%, but weak to ice by 50%. I have terrible resistance to poison, sleep, deprive, and confusion, but I have a slightly better resistance to paralysis. And Berg's master is Laharl. Even though Laharl learns my moves and I don't learn anything from Laharl. It's kind of weird. Oh, and character-specific spell, heal. So, I'm making this hard on myself because it's fun. If you haven't noticed, the weapon I have is a fist weapon, and the weapon mastery for the cleric is E for the fists. I highly recommend that if you are going to do things with the weapon mastery, it is best to do the best one out of all of them first, because it usually goes by quicker. And I keep forgetting that circle is the back out button and not X. Anyways, back to the oh. Hey, Prince. Have you gone to the hospital? Yes. You should make sure you heal everybody, after a battle. Treatment may not be free. It costs hell. But please heal us too, dude. Zumi gave you 300 hell. Why, thank you, Zumi. Customer rank up. Equip. Berg. More defense for Berg. And somewhat some HP. Going to save again because I already made the mistake before. Might as well continue saving. So this video might be longer than the previous one. Again, I keep forgetting that the X button is accept and the circle is goodbye. Oh, I already finished the tutorial. Oops. I have added Fire's Castle to the list of available areas. It is fairly new, so I do not know don't know much about it. However, it is rumored that a very able man lives there. What you gonna do, Prince? Should we take a peek? Definitely. I'll slaughter the master of that castle as the first step to becoming Overlord. Well, never mind about this being long then, as the tutorial's already over. Well, I hope you all have a good day, and please watch the videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. Good night.